Hey guys, this is my first video ever, and the reason I'm making this video or why I had the idea to make a video like that is, first of all, because it lights me up, and second of all, my sister asked me if I had ideas for her living room, because my sister is lost when it comes to decorating anything. So she asks me and my brother, because we're like the design people in my family, like I'm in textiles and my brother is in landscaping architecture. So yeah, and then I just hopped on Canva and put together like a concept or different types of furniture styles and wall colors and rugs and sofas. And it was really quickly. I did this on the metro and I was like, actually this is a good exercise also for me to like see how things work together, experiment with new color schemes, like all of that. So this is why today I'm making a little video. And my inspiration is, I mean, obviously, like stuff that I found on Pinterest. Pinterest is a great resource. But I wanted to make something elegant, but like colorful at the same time. Because what I don't really agree with is that luxury and elegance is only beige and like gold, like very Celine Dion. That's not really my style. Like, I can get like why this is considered luxury, because it's, you know, very pure and airy, and I don't know, then also this whole quiet luxury movement. Sorry, I have to clear my nose. But this is like, I'm a colorful person, I can't help it. Like even just dressing in black and white, I mean, I actually totally steer away from black. Also, I figured out that it doesn't suit me. Black and white, they were too harsh. Yeah, but anyways, I find it so much more fun to dress up in colors. And the same is for interiors. So here is my inspiration. I think these are color schemes that are happy. They're not funky or eclectic. I think they're very sophisticated. And so the exercise is to create a colorful, sophisticated interior. So I would suggest, let's start with a wall color. The first thing that we're going to do is wall color, then rug, and then sofa. That's probably the best way to go about it. And then we just go from like big items to like smaller items. For the wall color, nothing fancy. I think I just want to go for like an eggshell or something very light. I don't have like any preferences in terms of brand. I mean, here what comes up? Blime, okay. It looks good. So maybe steer clear from Farrow and Ball. It's a bit too popular. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go for Pottery Mood and Honeymoon. Those are just off-white colors that I think could work. Pottery Mood is a bit greenish. Honeymoon looks good. Yeah. This looks good. This is what we want. Okay. Now moving on to the rugs. I also want to kind of say that I don't have cheap taste, unfortunately. Like, even if I go on like a website and you don't show me any prices, I will always go for the most expensive one. It's a curse, but that's just what I have to deal with. So as for the rug, I just sourced some stuff from Nordic Knots because I like the brand. Also, I didn't want to go for a textured or a design, like a rug with a design. For me, it was more about finding the right color combination and yeah, just not really playing around with any designs, because that's just, you know, let's keep that for a later date. So on Nordic Knots, they have this really simple, I mean, the Nordic countries, they just have really good interiors. They just know what they're doing. So there is this green rug that I find quite nice, the Milano green. The moss green, I feel it's a bit too dark. Yeah, and then they have these like textured ones. For the scheme that I did, like I tried out different kinds of things. I tried the walnut, I tried the sand, but then I just ended up going into this like brown beigey direction, and this is what I wanted to avoid. So I'm going for green because it's calming, it's a saturated green, like it adds a good dimension to it. So here's my rug, and this is kind of like my base. I want it to be a large rug so that it really covers the entire surface, so that it's like, so I don't want it to just be where the sofa is. I want a generous feel. Like I want it to feel spacious. Like I'm not stingy with my space or my rug. So it's better to go for a big rug because it's inviting and it's, I don't know, it's like this generous feel. So I have my wall color, I have my rug. Next thing I was looking for was a sofa. And that was really, really hard. I mean, I even went on like, you know, the French Le Bon Coin and that kind of stuff. And then I just went on like Pinterest and I was like, okay, let's just see what we find. Focus on color and like design, and then let's see what we get. And funny enough, I mean, unfortunately for everybody who is in Europe, and including me, I'm in France, we can't get CB2, but I found two really good CB2 things. One is a sofa and then the armchairs. So good, to be honest. To be honest, I would buy that immediately. So here we have a rust-colored sofa. Such a good color. It's like a burnt orange. It looks so good. And then we have this armchair. So good too. Actually, I'm developing a fabric right now. Actually, it's like being produced right now. It's very similar to this pattern. It's not going to be brown and white. It's going to be darker, but the pattern is a bit similar. So yeah, maybe next time I can include my own fabrics in the scheme. And then I want this twice because I want it to be a pair, you know, being like opposite each other. So let's turn this around. So we have this like nice, you know, seating area. So ideally they would be, you know, there would be like the sofa and then the chair is like across from each other. So it's like a conversation situation. Then next thing is if we go from like big to small, let's do the curtain. The curtain actually I found last, and I feel like the curtain fabric was so hard. Like it was not easy. I tried to find the right color, the right texture, and then I even tried stuff like ornaments but that was not easy. Where did I look for curtains, you ask? I just went on the French site. It's a fabric brand. It's called Nobilis. And I just scrolled through their site and like filtered through like color and then also motif, and just tried it out directly on the scheme. But nothing really worked for me. I went for like a cream. Sorry, put my nose again. I went for like a cream. I think it was too shiny. And then, I don't know, to be honest, it's very easy to go just back to like cream colored and like neutral colors. That's the easiest way. I think you have to incorporate it to just balance it out a bit, you know, to have like light and like midtones and this play in saturation. In the end, I went for this blue one. Here is the reference. So I want this to be, you know, let's imagine there is a window. Yeah, because I thought like it's also a very soothing color, this type of blue. I had another one in mind, so this one was the first one, and then this one, but I think we can try it out, but I think it will get too green. We can also try this one out. It looks similar to that one, but this one is a bit more crisp, a little bit more. Also, I like this wool effect. Like this would probably be too shiny. We can try it out. It's all about trying out, guys. Because if you don't try it out, like your mind will never be able to keep up. And like imagine everything together. Like your mind distorts things. And then you're like, oh yeah, like this will totally look good in my mind. Okay, interesting. There is not that much of a difference. That's really personal preference, I think. This just has more sheen, it's a velvet. That's personal preference. Like if you look next to each other, I prefer this one. This one is a bit more cozy, homey, it's matte, it's wool. I just prefer this one. This one is, to me, it just looks so much nicer. And this green one, I want to try out as well. See, it doesn't work for me. You just have like a sea of green. Ugh, it makes me sick. No, we're gonna do the blue. Oh, this looks so good, so good. It looks like fresh water, like it's refreshing. Okay, so we have the really big pieces. We have this basic setup. So now I want to go like smaller. Next thing what we need is a couch table. A coffee table, yeah. I found this one. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna link all the products. If I can link them, if I found the reference, I will link them as well as the designer. Because yes, I made an effort and I kept track, so you can also like find what I used here. And then what I also wanted to incorporate is, you know, like a credenza, like a console. I think it looks really good if either, you know, somewhere against the wall or even between, you know, like on the wall right next where you have like your sofa and your like your conversation situation, and then on the side you have like a credenza with like a bar or a lamp or, you know, decoration, flowers. Or what I also find really cool is if you have a credenza behind your sofa, because then, you know, you don't have, it also allows you to put like a lamp behind you, some books, like stuff that you need. Because what I really don't think looks good is if you have a crowded coffee table. If everything on your living room table, like you have like trinkets and stuff, I feel like it looks messy. So if you have like a credenza behind your sofa, I think it looks really good. So I was looking for a credenza. And I found this really cool one. I really love the textured wood. It's very creamy, yes, it's creamy as well. Keep it grounded. So if this one would go behind the sofa, I think it would look really good. Oh yeah, and also what my dream living room would be is a library. A library and then like a reading chair and like a little reading lamp, like that's my dream. So for the library, let's just imagine like a built-in thing that could live maybe opposite the credenza or whatever. Let's leave it here for now. and then a reading chair. And I found this really, oh my God, it's such a design piece. I don't even want to know how much it is, but I think it's expensive. This one, I mean, it's just so good. So imagine, you know, this is your library, this is your little library chair. Oh, I mean, what a dream. And then, like, we would need a reading lamp, but yeah. Talking about lamps, I'm a fan of indirect lighting because it just looks the best and it makes it really cozy. Also, like me personally, as soon as the sun sets, I light candles everywhere because it just helps me to wind down, and I get this like mood, and it's like, you know, winding down, self-care, being good to myself mood. I found this crazy good chandelier. I looked at the price. It's like 15,000 euros. So that could live, I mean, that lives in the space. I think it's also quite generous and wide, but all the light goes upwards. So it creates a really nice mood. And then we just move on to, you know, vases, little lamps, that kind of stuff. I found this, because we don't have any yellow yet, and I think it can work really nicely together. So if we have a pair of these things, just, yeah, I mean, this could maybe live here. I found them on Svensk 10. It's a Swedish home brand, and they also represent Swedish designers. Also like old school Swedish designers. So yeah. And they had these sconces and they look really nice. They also have this really cool lamp. This one, I mean, it's so good. But it's a bit too much, but I tried to put it somewhere, but it's a bit too playful. But I love it. But in this space it doesn't work, so let's get rid of it. So we don't have any red or pink yet. I think this can work with this lamp because it's very quiet. I feel like it's quite, you know, staying in the background. It's not like screaming, but it adds this like touch of like a burgundy and also like a very light blush pink. Looks great to me. Let's turn this around, put it here. And it doesn't disturb our conversation pit. So this would be my, like another indirect lamp that you could use if you don't want to use the overhead lighting. Oh my God, it's so cold in here. My nose keeps running. Like, what the fuck? Annoying. Okay. So then what else do we have? Oh yeah, this really cute lamp. This looks so cute. Oh, and also have this really nice burnt wood side table. Because you always need a little side table next to the sofa. I think it's just so handy. If you sit down, you want to put your glass somewhere, you don't want to like lean over and like put everything in the center, or like, no, you just want to have it like next to you. This one, let's crop this and just have one. I mean, maybe we could have one on either side, but I think it would look better if we just, because this is such a unique piece. This could live here. You know, so we have the side table, importante. And then I want something like on it, like either on the credenza or here. I found this cute little raffia lamp. I mean, how adorable. I think it's very me, like a little raffia lamp. It could live here, you know, I don't know how big it is, but we could like put it here, and it's fun. The side table could be bigger. I do admit it could be bigger. Yeah, could be bigger. Let's move this here so we see the lamp a little bit better. Yeah. I found this really cool ceramic vase because it's colorful. It ties in all the colors that we also have in the space, and so, you know, it could like live here. Put some flowers. I mean, flowers in the living room immediately looks great. And I think I'm done. I think this is my living room. Yeah. Because the goal for us, or for me in that case, was to have a really colorful, happy living room that is cozy but sophisticated, because we want it to be timeless in a way as well. So as you see, I did play with texture, especially in the wood, also with like the fabrics, but I steered quite clear of any abstract designs. Like I didn't focus on any design at all, mostly on color and like some texture. So yeah, and obviously I want to know what you think, because you know, this is just me, this is what I feel like I came up with today. Maybe tomorrow I come up with something different, or I would like change the whole thing, but for today I'm happy with that. Do let me know what you think, because obviously this is up for discussion and I'm curious what you would exchange or what you are a fan of, and what you would come up with. So yeah, that's it for today.